It is an absolutely gorgeous day here in September. Welcome to another episode of Back to the Past. I'm Blair. This is a cedar log that is really too big for my sawmill. I got it from a friend who got it from another friend. I really have no idea how long this thing has been dead. I know he had it for 6 months or so. I've had it for close to a year now. So I know that it's been here drying for the last year and a half, and how long before that, I don't know. I don't really know if it was cut as a dead tree or a live tree that was just in the fellow's way or what the deal was. Don't know any history, but I'm going to use this log to make the top to my workbench in the new carport. I don't know if you can tell or not, but I've already had to come through with the chainsaw and trim off some of the limbs that were hanging out. And if I were to try to cut all the way down on this, I couldn't do it right now anyway. So I'm really not even too concerned about the two ends being where they should be for height. What I'm concerned with right now is getting this down to a size that I can cut with my sawmill, and then I'll worry about getting things centered up and the best advantage I can take care of the lumber. Cedar is certainly some beautiful wood. A little hard to breathe. It sure is pretty and it's long lasting. I think I'll go ahead and roll this 90 degrees now and take a little bit off of the neck side. See if maybe I need to use the chainsaw again to narrow things up just a bit. I might have to. I'm not sure that I can roll this thing by hand. I may have to get the hoist out in order to do that. that has that log cut, and you can tell by looking it's not a great quality log. There's a lot of kind of little booger holes and wormholes and that kind of stuff in it. I ended up getting 13 pieces. I think I'd only need a total of 7 to get it, so if I'm able to use half of it, that works just fine. What I plan to do is use my surfacer to surface this to where the top of it is smooth and everything is all the same thickness. My surfacer will only do up to 13 inches wide, and that's pretty close to what this is. This may even be just a little wider than that. So I think what I'll do probably is go through and rip out anything that's really bad. But actually, before I do that, these need to be stacked, sprayed with anti-bug spray, and then left for a couple months. Judging by the weight, I don't think they're terribly wet anymore. The tree probably came down some time ago. So I shouldn't have to deal with an awful lot of shrinkage, twisting, warping, that sort of stuff. And what I got to thinking too, what I might do that might look kind of nice is some of those soft spots there, maybe to use a pour-on epoxy and try to fill some of that. Might end up looking pretty good, because I don't really care if it's got a glossy or a satin finish to it when I'm all finished for what I'm doing. Might look kind of nice, but I do want to preserve the color, so I'm not going to let this weather to gray like I do everything else around here. I want to be able to look at it afterward. Today's a beautiful day. Actually, all the way through Christmas is supposed to be quite nice, and this episode may not come out till after Christmas. But I think what I'll do, I'll go ahead and set everything aside, let it dry enough that I can go ahead and spray it, and then I'll stack it over in the carport where it's going to be used, and it can just sit there for the next few months. I've got a little over a week to my surgery now, and from what the doctor tells me, that I'll be down at least until the end of April, and likely that's when I'll finish my my rehab. And then after that, it's still going to be several months. And my last shoulder surgery, it took me about 2 years before I got back to full strength. But hopefully by the end of April, I'll be using both arms again at least, and I'll do what I can with one arm until then. See you on the next one. Goodbye.